right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Seeing everybody join right now. We're just gonna wait a few seconds to get everybody into the room here, but welcome. Excited to have you here on a Saturday morning from San Diego. Awesome, seeing everybody join. Perfect. Welcome to the Fowler College of Business virtual preview day. We're so excited to have you here today. Just wanted to introduce myself really quick before we get started so you know who's speaking. My name is Hema De Leon. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications for the Fowler College of Business, and we're so excited to have you all here. I am a SDSU alumna myself, so I have huge passion for San Diego State and very excited to hear and talk to you all today about the Fowler College of Business. As everybody's joining right now, just wanted to give a quick plug. You'll hear from a lot of areas within the Fowler College of Business, but if you want to just get a behind the scenes look at our student perspective and what's going on within the college, follow us on social media. We are on all the platforms at SDSU Fowler. You'll get student takeovers, learn about our student orgs, hear about upcoming events. It's just a really great way to see what's going on currently with the Fowler College of Business students, faculty, and staff, of course, as well. So it looks like we have a good group already here, so we'll get things going. First and foremost, I wanted to, again, welcome you, but then also introduce you to our interim Thomas and Evelyn Page Dean, Dr. Joe Belch, and he will take it from here. Dean Belch.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome to the session for the Fowler College of Business. And what I'd like to do is give you a little background about the college and also an overview of some of the things that we're doing. I've been the interim dean twice now. I've been a faculty member at San Diego State for 41 years. I was chair of the marketing department and a marketing professor. And I like to think that my longevity there says something about San Diego State and why it's such a great place to work and also a great place to be a student. San Diego State, we always look at it as the jewel of the CSU system. We have 23 schools. We like to think that we're one of the premier schools, and I think there are many things that speak to that. Next slide, Hema. If you look at the College of Business, we are a AACSB accredited business school, and that's extremely important to students. The AACSB is the accrediting body for globally for all schools of business, and you go through a rigorous evaluation process every 5 years to look at all your programs, look at all your faculty, all the things that you were doing to make sure that you were meeting all of their very rigorous standards. And we were very pleased that we have been accredited for decades, and we always have been successful in reaffirming our accreditation, and it's just testimony to the quality of the business school and what we do. We also have an accredited Charles W. Lamden School of Accountancy, which is also important because there's separate accreditation there. Very few schools of accountancy actually have separate accreditation, and we're very pleased that we do. And if you're thinking of being an accounting major, we have an outstanding accounting department that has excellent placement, particularly in some of the big four accounting firms where a lot of our students go on to work. We're also very, very proud of our community involvement in our relationship, particularly with the business community. You notice that we're called the Fowler College of Business. 5 years ago, we received a $25 million naming gift from Ron and Alexis Fowler. Ron Fowler is the co-owner of the San Diego Padres Baseball Club. If you happen to be a baseball fan, and his $25 million gift, which was a matching gift challenge and now has turned into nearly a $50 million gift, has provided us with the monies to do many great things, such as establishing a Fowler Scholars Program, creating a number of endowed professorships and directorships, scholarship programs, study abroad programs, many, many things that was difficult to do previously. And so this has created just a tremendous boost to the College of Business. And when I said that it was a matching gift, that means that other donors over the last 5 years have put in nearly an additional $25 million to support the Fowler College of Business. And we're very, very proud of that. And we're very, very proud of our interaction with the business community. Next slide, please, Emma. If you look at the Fowler College of Business, we pride ourselves on engagement, innovation, and impact. When I say engagement, we're engaged with many, many different companies and organizations. We have a program with 3M. We're part of what they call their frontline sales program, where every summer, probably 6 or 7 students go to 3M and work as summer interns. And then the whole goal of that program is to place them into sales or marketing positions with 3M. And we've been one of their top feeder schools now for the last 7 or 8 years. Located in San Diego's Qualcomm. If any of you have a smartphone, the processor in your smartphone is probably a Snapdragon, which is made by Qualcomm. They're a local San Diego company. We work with many nonprofit organizations. We work with the San Diego Padres Baseball Club. We have many of our professors who do grant programs with the Navy and other organizations. So we are engaged in many ways. We have a college advisory board that has representatives from the business community. For example, some of the people on that, one of them is Jim Senegal, one of our alums who was the founder of Costco. If any of you go to Costco, and he's a big supporter of the College of Business as well as the university. All of our individual departments have advisory boards where they get input from the business community and others on what innovations, what things we need, what changes we might need in our curriculum to keep pace. Because we're living in a very dynamic time. The whole digital revolution is dramatically affecting business education, and we're always challenged to make sure that we are keeping up, particularly in areas such as digital marketing, things such as analytics, things such as accounting information systems, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, you name it. So again, our innovation is very critical, and as well as our impact. I note, you can see on the slide, we talk about our national recognition. We're very proud of the fact that in the latest US News and World Report rankings, we ranked number 47 among public universities for our College of Business. That puts us in the top 50. Nationally, we're number 74. Considering for many, you're up in there against many private universities, Ivy League schools, et cetera. We're quite proud of that ranking. Our international business program was ranked number 8 in the nation and number 5 among public universities. We have a sports MBA program that's been ranked in the top 10 numerous times. So we have done an outstanding job of being recognized for the excellent work that our faculty do in the various programs that we have. Also, a big focus that we have is on career-ready graduates. Our goal is to educate the students and get them ready for a career in business, whether it be accounting, whether it be finance, whether it be marketing, whether it be management, human resources, real estate, financial planning, services, whatever. That's our main goal. We want to develop ethical business, future business leaders who are going to go out and have a positive impact on society. Next slide, please, Emma. And to do that, what we do, we have this focus, which you're going to hear more about in a second, on career readiness. And that focus on career readiness, we have the university as a career services center, but we also have our own career management center in the College of Business that we started. We focus a lot on internships. Every year, we do an exit survey of our students to see, have they gotten jobs? What kind of jobs have they gotten? What are their starting salaries? And we found a very significant relationship between having internships and getting good jobs and getting high paying jobs. So we do a big focus. We have programs, courses that are internship focused, and we do a lot in that particular area. And we also want to make sure from an advising, again, you'll hear a little more about that, but we now have our Fowler Student Success Center, which moved into new offices this summer. And we hired a number of new advisors to reduce our student to advisor faculty ratio. And we're very proud of the fact that we provide advising services all 4 years that when a student comes into the Fowler College of Business. So with this focus on career readiness, I want to now turn this over to Tina Tan, who is the director of our Career Management Center, and let her tell you more about some of the things that are going on there. And hopefully, if there are any questions come up, I'll be on the presentation and look forward to possibly seeing many of you at San Diego State and the Fowler College of Business next fall.
Hi, thank you, Dean Belch. Hello, everyone. As mentioned, I am Tina Tan. I'm the interim director of the Career Management Center in the Fowler College of Business, and I have been with the center now for over 6 years. I started as the career advisor prior to my current role, and I have over 15 years of career counseling experience at higher education institutions. And I am excited to tell you a little bit about Career Management Center and the career services and resources that we do have to offer. All right, so I truly believe that students come to San Diego State University and they choose a business major because they are very focused and they are really making a plan and working on this major to ultimately get a job after graduation. And the Career Management Center is here to help the business majors reach that goal. SDSU business students, they are really fortunate. As Dean Belch mentioned, you have 2 excellent resources for career information and assistance. And one of those resources is the University Career Services Office. They serve all of the SDSU majors. And the other resource is the Career Management Center. These are both dedicated resources for career-related programs, information, advice, and support. However, the Career Management Center is in the Fowler College of Business is the premier resource that's dedicated exclusively for the business students. And this is where you will get particular advice and experience related to the career paths that business students typically pursue. The career management team, we are here to empower Fowler students to identify and attain successful and fulfilling business careers. That is our mission. And we do this by offering business-focused resources and experiences to help students succeed, such as helping with finding internship opportunities, because that is a huge part of what we do. Our team also collaborates with employers and the business community to build a presence on campus and facilitate connections with Fowler students and alumni. And we are here committed to serve Fowler students and to help them be career ready for professional success after graduation. Next slide, please. We offer a lot of resources and services, and some of those include Handshake, which is a career network web portal where business majors have 24/7 access to find and apply to internships and jobs. On Handshake, you could also connect with fellow students, alumni, and employers. And that's where you're going to schedule appointments and learn about and register to attend career events that we host. We also offer one-on-one career advising and career assessments specific to business career paths. We conduct career and professional development workshops to help you be career ready. And we also offer employer information sessions. We've developed a career success handbook that's specifically for business majors, which has resources to prepare business majors for internships, jobs, and long-term professional success. We offer extensive on-demand resources that are targeted for business majors, such as major-specific sample resumes, writing materials and guides, sample interview questions that are dedicated to a variety of business career paths, and targeted networking resources for the kinds of events that business students may be attending. There's also a weekly e-newsletter to update students on upcoming events and information and inform them of current internship and job opportunities. And then lastly, there's the opportunity to participate in the Aztec Mentor Program, also known as AMP, where students are matched up with a mentor that can help them learn about what it is really like to work in a particular role or industry. So the Career Management Center is really the primary career resource for all business students, and we encourage students to take advantage of our services and resources starting their first semester here at San Diego State University, so that upon graduation, they are career ready. If you have further questions, please feel free to ask those questions during the Q&A portion of this presentation. And now I'd like to hand over the stage to Sarah Mercado, the interim lead advisor in the Center for Student Success in the Fowler College of Business.
Thank you so much, Tina. It is really great to be here with all of you today. As Tina mentioned, I am the interim lead advisor for our Fowler Center of Student Success. I have been on campus for over 20 years, most of that time as a staff member here in the Fowler College of Business. And I am really passionate about Fowler and about our students and their success. So I want to start off today talking a little bit about the structure, the different majors we offer within Fowler. So as you start to consider yourself as an Aztec, as a part of the Fowler College of Business, you can really see where you might fit in or start to at least consider some different paths that will be beneficial to you. So we have 5 departments within the Fowler College of Business, as well as our business administration department. And then we also offer several different majors and minors from each of those. So let's talk about that a little bit. Dean Belch mentioned earlier a little bit about our Charles W. Lambden School of Accountancy. And they offer a major in accounting as well as a minor in accounting, but they also offer a really unique program that we like to call our BMAC program, or 4+1. So this program is just for accounting majors, but it allows our accounting majors to stay an extra year. Actually, most students take an extra year to earn their graduate degree, their Master's of Science in Accountancy. So instead of 4 years, if you start as a freshman, you might spend 5 years with us. But at the end of that time, you will receive both your bachelor's degree and your master's degree within accounting. This is really great for our accounting students because it sets them up to start meeting those CPA license requirements and just really kind of gives them the edge and the competitiveness as they go out into the job market. We also have a finance department here in Fowler, and that houses our finance, financial services, and real estate majors. We offer minors from there in finance and real estate. We have a management department that of course houses our management major as well as minor, but it also offers specializations in human resources and entrepreneurship. We have our management information systems department, which has majors in information systems as well as a minor. And it is the smallest of our majors and minors, but this is a really great one to think about if you're interested in the area where business and technology come together. And that's definitely the way that we are moving. So we have our marketing department, they have a marketing major and a marketing minor, but they also offer specializations in integrated marketing communication, as well as professional selling and sales management. And then lastly, I mentioned business administration. It offers our general business major as well as our business administration minor. And this is a really great major if you know you want to be in business, but you don't want to focus in just one area. Perhaps you like accounting, finance, information systems, you like it all. Well, let's help you dive a little bit deeper into each of those areas. So I've kind of laid out the look of Fowler, like what we're made up of, but how many students are here? You know, how much presence do we have on campus? Well, we have a lot of students. We have 6,436 as of our fall 2021 enrollments. And that does make us the largest college on campus. You can see on the pie chart on the screen, like, how does that break down? Like, how many management majors are there? How many marketing majors are there? But at the end of the day, I really encourage you to consider what major is right for you personally. We want you to find where you're passionate about so that as you move on to your career, you will be that much more successful. So in addition to academics, it's very important to get involved. And so next slide, please, Emma. Let's talk about some different ways to get involved here on campus and why we know that that's so important for each of you. So on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see some example activities of getting involved or having other non-academic opportunities on campus. Here in the business, we call these high impact practices or HIPs. And these include things like an international experience, which might be study abroad or something like that. It could be an internship, joining a student organization, or a first year experience like BA 100. I'm going to talk about each of these in a little more depth in just a minute, but why would you want to consider becoming more involved, taking on these added responsibilities? Well, first and foremost, as a professional, we know that students that participate in these activities, they tend to graduate in higher numbers. When you are involved and a part of campus life, you want to stay that way. And it's funny that even though it takes time away, perhaps from studying and that kind of thing, the students that also do these other activities kind of find that they have more time. And part of that is that they're having an improved quality of learning because what they're doing outside of the classroom is now being tied back in for them. And that really helps them understand the material that they're learning, helps them stay engaged, and it honestly makes you more marketable upon graduation. And if you're not sure if you just want to go straight into a job or maybe you want to do graduate school, either way, being involved, participating in these types of activities, that's going to definitely help you to be more successful. So let's start by talking about BA 100 a little bit. This class is specifically for our first-time freshmen that will be joining us here at SDSU. It is a one-unit class that is credit, no credit. So that means that you don't have to worry about a letter grade or your GPA, but you are getting credit for the time and effort that you put into this course. That course, though, it's going to give you so much back in return. So like I said, you take it your first semester as a freshman. So for many of you, that would be fall of 22. It's going to connect you to those campus resources. Just like Tina was talking about all those wonderful career resources, it's a lot to absorb in just one day like today. This class is going to take the whole semester to really make sure you know how to access and use those skills. Same with your academic skills and where to find out more about things like academic advising. As the interim lead academic advisor, I know how important it is for each of you to connect with your academic advisor at least once a semester so that you can meet your goals and be done in the timeline that you would like to be. So for many of you, as freshmen, that's going to be 4 years. As transfers, hopefully that's going to be 2 years. An academic advisor can definitely help keep you on track with those goals. It's also going to connect you to other campus resources and opportunities that you might not otherwise have been aware of. It's going to give you business engagement opportunities and just really help you build your network, which is important as a business major, but really any student should want to build their network of support of people they know, your study groups, all of that. So next slide, please, Hannah. In addition to our first year experience class, we also have our international experience, which, as I mentioned, often reminds students like, oh, okay, study abroad. I want to study abroad. Well, that's great. I know we are in an interesting time in the world. And so coming out of a pandemic and dealing with what our new normal looks like can be a little confusing. And it might seem even a little scary to go abroad. But the good news is that most students don't go abroad until the second semester of their junior year. So for many of you, that's going to really give you some time to think about, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? You can really start to think about how do I build my globally competent skills? And that's something that we really value here in the Fowler College of Business. So next slide. I do want to take some time now to go ahead and introduce Megan Mahoney. Megan is our president of the College of Business Council and an outstanding marketing student here at SDSU. Welcome, Megan.
Hi, thank you so much for the introduction, Sarah. It's nice to meet you all virtually. My name is, as Sarah said, Megan, and I'm a marketing major at SDSU, minoring in interdisciplinary studies through the Honors College. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my SDSU experience, why I chose SDSU, and why I chose business specifically as a major. So essentially what drew me to San Diego State was the amazing extracurricular opportunities as well as the prestigious business academics here. I'm from Sacramento, California, and saw SDSU, saw all the opportunities that campus had to offer, as well as like the beautiful weather here, awesome campus. And I was at the end, of my senior year, I was choosing between a couple schools, and then it really narrowed down between here and Cal Poly. And I just fell in love with SDSU, the campus. I knew that it would challenge me in a way that I hadn't been challenged before, and that is through leadership positions. So as you see in all of these photos, I've been involved in various things throughout my time here at SDSU. Very grateful for the business college in particular, as I was able to work as a marketing assistant virtually during the pandemic. And then now I'm serving as president of the College of Business Council. Some other things I've been involved in is a business club called To Meet. That's the picture in the center. On the left, as the top left, is the College of Business Council, and then bottom is a picture of me with my executive board of my sorority. On the right, it was from 2 years ago. Top right, of me with my involvements as associated students at homecoming, and then flash forward 2 years later, bottom right, I was selected to be on the homecoming court for SDSU. So I've been very lucky to have been involved in so many awesome things at SDSU. And I'm also here today to tell you a little bit more about the Fowler College of Business Council. Essentially, what I do as president and as well as my executive board, is we are the liaison between the Fowler College and any information they have to share with students, as well as associated students or student government, which essentially provides funding for all of these wonderful business organizations who we provide information and funding to. And as you can see with all of the logos on the screen, there are a lot of we have 22 different business organizations. I don't believe all of them are shown on the slide, but it really goes to show that there is something for everyone at SDSU, like whether you're getting involved in a business org or outside any other kind of organization. I always tell prospective students that you can find your home here at SDSU. There are so many ways to make a big campus feel like home, and these are some like amazing ways to get involved. Like as you can see, there's business for fraternities. There's an environmentally focused organization called E3. I mentioned mine To Meet. There's also some organizations focused on sports, human resource management, entrepreneurship, also more culturally focused, like the Black Business Society, the HBSA, the Hispanic Business Organizations or Hispanic Business Student Association. And yeah, there's so many amazing ways to get involved here at SDSU, and I'm so thankful for my incredible experience so far.
Thank you, Megan. So now I want to transition over to introduce Courtney Campbell within our Center for Student Success, and she will take you through some more information on the center.
Thank you, Hema, and thank you so much, Megan. What an exciting opportunity to hear from you this morning and your perspective. Like Hema said, I'm Courtney Campbell. I'm one of the advisors here in the Fowler Center for Student Success, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the center and about advising. Here in the center, we've got our Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, Patricia Van Dam, Sarah, who you heard from today, our lead advisor, and in addition, we have 14 academic advisors currently. So students are assigned an academic advisor by major and then by your last name. So you have a dedicated advisor to help you. In the center, we focus on holistic advising. So we're here to help you with course scheduling, with registration, to help you develop a graduation plan, that long-term planning, to help you navigate university policies, departmental policies and procedures. We'll also act as a hub for you. So if you are looking for a resource or have a question and you don't quite know where to go, you come see your academic advisor and we try to get you to where you need to be, refer you out as necessary. We recommend that you come visit us at least once per semester for an appointment, for an academic advising appointment, but you can come see us as often as you need to or want to. Next slide. So in Fowler, you start in the pre-major. So our incoming freshmen will start in our business pre-major. And then you will meet a certain set of criteria to move from the pre-major into your upper division major, where you declare your major. So across all Fowler College of Business majors, the criteria is the same, except for accounting has one minor difference. You will take 9 pre-major classes in which you will receive a C or better, have a 2.9 cumulative GPA, and hit 60 units. Once you meet that criteria, you move from your pre-major into your major. There's no application process. It's automatic as soon as you meet that criteria. As advisors, we are here to help you balance those pre-major classes with your GE, so you have a balanced schedule. Next slide, please. So here you have an example of what a first-time freshman might take in their first 2 years here in Fowler College of Business. As advisors, we understand that you each come in with very different experiences and contexts. We know that some of you might have AP or IB credit. Maybe you did a dual enrollment program or have some transfer courses. So we help you make this schedule your own and take into consideration any credits that you might be bringing in. So you're going to take a variety of courses from different departments in your major preparation, in your pre-major. So we have accounting, economics, you'll take a business law class, a math class, a stats class, an information systems course. We recommend students take about 15 units per semester, first time, full-time freshman, that's so you can graduate within 4 years. Transfer students, that helps you to graduate in 2 years. Right? We have a variety of tools here at SDSU to help you navigate your class schedule, your degree evaluation, which is a tool specific to you and your requirements. We have a tool we call Mind Map, which is a guide to help you plan classes. And in Fowler, we have something we call advising sheets that goes into a little more detail and depth on your upper division major classes. And then of course you have your advisor to help you navigate all of those tools. Each major has a set or a specific class that we recommend taking as you move from pre-major into the major, or for our transfer students as you start in the major. And we want to help you balance all of these courses, upper division and major prep, with all of those opportunities that you heard about today from Sarah, from Megan, study abroad, the student organizations, leadership opportunities. We're here to help you balance your classes with those so that your experience isn't just in the classroom. Slide, please. We have some additional resources here at SDSU and within Fowler to assist you with your academics. In the library, we have the Writing Center and the Math Learning Center. Within Fowler College of Business, we have our business tutoring. So we have tutoring for all of the major preparation classes, all those pre-major classes. We have tutoring for our business core classes, and then many of the upper division classes our students take. Campus also has departmental tutoring across campus. We encourage our students to use our professor office hours. That's a great opportunity to go into more detail about course content, to start building those relationships with your instructors. And we also encourage you to form study groups and work with your colleagues in study groups. I always say use these resources early and often. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to you, Hema. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney, and thank you everyone for presenting today. Wanted to just take this moment to remind you to use the Q&A function or the chat function. We have some time right now, about 7 minutes or so, to go through some Q&A. So please use that function. I'm going to introduce Jason Tan, who will be the Q&A moderator. You all heard from our Career Management Center, our advisors in the Center for Student Success, Megan, who's a current student, Dean Belch. We also have Matt here from admissions. So please use the chat or the Q&A, and we would be happy to answer any questions since you all are here. So Jason, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Tan. I'm one of the advisors in the Fowler Center for Student Success. We actually have one question right now in the chat. Someone's asking, what is the student to teacher ratio for classrooms? I can probably answer that. Anyone else can chime in. But as far as for the business classes, for the prep courses, they're a little large in relation to what they would be as soon as your students reach upper division, their junior and senior level classes. But I would say, once, depending on what that is, what course it is, there can be some larger classes in terms of like the GEs. But once they get up to their upper division courses, you could expect to see classes to be like 30, 40 students large. I hope that helped.
Jason, if I could just add to that, I think he's giving you a good overview. And as Jason noted, this is going to depend on the particular class you're taking. For example, we have certain classes, what we call core courses, when you get into upper division, that are taught in larger lecture halls, and we're going to have more students in them. But then as you get more into your specialization, we have what we call capstone classes. And for example, in the marketing major, we have capstone classes that may have 25 students in them. They may go up to 35. Things like market research, we would try to cap it at a 35. So there is going to be some variation in terms of the class size, but particularly as you move like into your senior year, we're going to always be trying to have smaller classes where you can have more interactions with your fellow students and professors.
Thanks, Dean Belch. We actually have another question. When do students usually take advantage of study abroad? Can they do it multiple times and still graduate in a timely fashion? Sarah, would you like to take that one?
Yeah, thank you, Jason. So most students, perhaps with the exception of accounting, most students will want to study abroad in the second semester of their junior year. And the thought process there is you made your way through your prep for the major classes, so you're all set up there, but you want to have enough classes left that you have options when you go abroad. Because when we study abroad, you never know exactly what that school or university will offer. So you do want to have some opportunities there. And I would say as an accounting major, you might want to consider studying abroad a little earlier, doing some of those prep for the major, just because for accounting, a lot of those classes you're taking are very US specific. So it does make that part a little more challenging as an accounting major to study abroad. You can study abroad more than once. So for example, every once in a while, we have a student that will do one semester in one country and another semester in a different country. That's okay. The biggest takeaway is planning, planning, planning. So meeting with international student advisors who are experts in this area, meeting with your major advisors who are also experts in what you need to take to graduate. At the end of the day, your degree is coming from SDSU. So we want to make sure you have enough classes from this university, from San Diego State, but we also value and recognize that international experience, that study abroad experience. So it is possible, but definitely it's something that needs to be well planned out and involve meetings with both those international experts as well as your major experts.
Thank you, Sarah. We actually have another question. You could probably answer this. What major and minor do you recommend for students who want to be entrepreneurs?
That's a great question. So we do actually offer both a major and a minor within entrepreneurship. But one of the cool things about entrepreneurship is there is a lot of flexibility there. So what you might consider is thinking about what types of businesses or other interests you're going to start and what skills you need to start that business. So you may find that it's sufficient to minor in entrepreneurship, but perhaps major in marketing, depending on the kind of business or career you're kind of moving towards. Another great resource we have on here is our Lavin Entrepreneurship Center. And so it doesn't matter if you're majoring or minoring within entrepreneurship, you can still be a part of that center and all the amazing resources they have. So it's great that you're thinking ahead about what you might want to do. I recommend getting involved with the Lavin Entrepreneurship Center from the beginning and also potentially majoring or minoring within entrepreneurship.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm going to keep you busy. Do you offer any international business programs?
Great question. So we do. We have a joint international business major between the Fowler College of Business and our College of Arts and Letters. You will receive your academic advising through the College of Arts and Letters because there is language requirements and that kind of thing. So we want to make sure our students know exactly what they need to take, but you will also take a lot of those upper division and lower division prep for the major and major classes that really give you a foundational knowledge within business. So just keep in mind, it is technically separate in the sense that we share it with Arts and Letters and you get your advising over in Arts and Letters, but you're still going to be a part of Fowler in terms of the classes that you take.
Thanks, Sarah. Hey,
And
Courtney.
Jason, if I could jump in here to answer one of the questions that came up from Kuchia, it looks like, who's going to be majoring in English, but wondering as a planning transfer student, would we recommend taking at least one business course? So I work on the admission side of things here, and for admission purposes, no, that would not be required as part of your general education or your other degree that you're pursuing, in this case, English. That being said, as an individual and as a student, I always think in the grand scheme of things, taking a business course is not a bad thing to do. But as far as admission purposes, it would not be required. And I do want to add too, because I know a lot of discussion about minors and the different programs on the admissions application. You are actually just declaring one major. The minor programs or even a double major down the road is something you would declare once you're a student at SDSU.
Thanks, Matthew. We have time for a couple more questions. Sarah, would you mind answering this one? Is it possible to have a minor and also study abroad?
Yeah, definitely. I actually think having a minor and studying abroad just gives you more options of what you take abroad. So it makes the study abroad process a little bit easier, especially for, as I was mentioning, accounting students, but really for any of our students, that could be a great combination. Anytime you're adding classes to your plan, it could take you a little bit longer. But if you're willing to do summer, potentially winter sessions, and you meet with your academic advisor, we can work on a timeline that still meets that 4 years if that's what you want to do.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. And I guess we'll take the last question. Here's a good one. Is it difficult to register for pre-major and GE courses needed on time? The attendee hears that some of the classes can be crowded.
So maybe Courtney can touch upon that one if she doesn't mind. She's a great resource.
Sure. Sometimes you do have to kind of make an alternative schedule just in case you don't get exactly the class schedule that you planned originally. As advisors, we can kind of walk you through that and help you. There are so many options for your GE courses that oftentimes, if maybe your first choice doesn't work out, we can postpone that particular GE and have you take it in a different semester and select something else for the current semester. There is some flexibility in planning so that you can kind of work through the GE pattern that you want, the GE courses that you want. As far as your major preparation classes, sometimes we do have to be a little bit flexible with those, but I don't see students not being able to take those classes or get into those classes. So you'll be able to take the courses that you need to take in order to progress with your degree, and find the times and schedule that works for you most often.
Thank you, Courtney. I know we're at time right now, 11:15, and I know you guys are heading off to another session possibly. So I'll hand it back over to Hema to close things up for us.
Perfect. Thank you, Jason. So you heard from a lot of our resources here within Fowler. I'm just take a screenshot or a picture of the screen. Happy to direct your questions moving forward to the appropriate places. So our Center for Student Success information is on the screen. Our Career Management Center information is on the screen as well, social media and our website. I know you all are moving on to other sections, so we're just finishing up some questions in the Q&A chat function, but we want to thank you all for coming, and I want to send it back to Dean Belch to let you know if there are some parting words.
Thank you. And I just want to repeat Emma's thank you for attending all this. We really appreciate you spending the time. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of information. One thing I want to mention, a lot of you asked about study abroad. San Diego State, I believe, is one of the top 10 schools in the country for the number of students who study abroad, and Fowler College of Business is probably one of the top colleges in the whole university for study abroad. We have a lot going on, as you can see, from the various majors, minors, specializations, the various student organizations that we have, the advising, the Career Center. Student success is at the center of what we do. And I really think that you would find San Diego State an outstanding place to pursue your undergraduate studies, go on to being very successful in whatever you might do in the business world, or even if you want to take that business degree and go work outside of business. So we hope this has been very helpful to you. We encourage you to apply, and I hope that we are seeing many of you on campus at San Diego State and Fowler College of Business next fall. And best of luck to you, no matter what you do. You are probably going to find whatever school you choose will work for you. And so make the best of whatever you do and enjoy your college career.
Thank you, Dean Belch, and thank you once again for all attending. Good luck to you the rest of the day learning more about San Diego State University. And as Dean Belch mentioned, we hope to see you all here on campus. I'm looking at the chat and looks like we're all caught up. So see you all later. Thank you so much.